Hey everyone, this is Sherry here, and I wanted to kind of explain to you my latest project and explain the price. It cost me to make it, for the most part. You know, like people wonder sometimes how much does a project cost, and I typically don't break it down, but this time I thought I would. I'm making my daughter a quilt. It's not 100% done. I still have to put the binding on it. So it is from the Craftsy. I kind of jumped off of this pattern on the Craftsy website. I'm a member of Craftsy, and it's if you do a search, it's Charming Baby Quilt. You do have to be a Craftsy membership or buy the class to make this, but it's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy quilt. I just basically jumped off of this. This is a baby quilt that only finishes at, it only uses 81 squares. And in this quilt, I used 140. So I made it quite a little bit bigger than a baby quilt. The baby quilt I did first. I like to do the first one kind of, following the pattern. And then I kind of just veer off from that most of the time. So let's talk about this quilt. I'll just kind of show it to you. So I used 5-inch squares that I cut from a yard of the patterned fabric, and then the solid fabric I did by 1.5 yards. I do have a little bit left over, I would say, maybe 14 inches. So I probably could have gone with 1.25 yards. I just wanted to get a little extra in case I needed more, or if I wanted to, I don't know. I just always buy a little more. So that was Tula Pink Sweet Pea. And that cost $17.99 for 1.5 yards. That was $11.99 a yard. I also bought the wide back in a white muslin for the backing, and that cost me $20. That was 1.667 yards, basically 1 2/3 yard. So I spent $47 at the first store. Now the pattern fabric I had in my stash. I think I mentioned that. And then I went to another store and bought the batting and the border. I decided to put a border on it. There's a 3-inch border on all 4 sides. And the border fabric cost me $7.49. I think I did buy a full yard of that. I have a little bit left over, but not enough to bind it, so I am going to need to buy 1/2 yard of this same border fabric for my binding. So that was $31.77 at the second store. My total was like $73 so far, not including you have to think about the thread. I had thread in my stash that matched it very well, and I also used white in my bobbin for the quilting on the back. That was in my stash. These are both Mettler, and usually at least $5. And this is a small spool, but I had 2 of these, and I'm pretty much down to the very end of the spool. So yeah, you're going through at least $5 of thread, Mettler thread, maybe more like $6. It depends on where you buy your spools. The needles, I used Microtex 8012 for the piecing, and that's Schmetz, and then the Schmetz quilting needle was 9014. So I used 2 different needles, and you would have to buy 2 separate packs. So I'm thinking once this is all done, it'll be about $100 into this quilt. Now this quilt finished at 50 by 66.5. So just to let you know, that's what I've got in it. I'm hoping to finish it today, but and it hopefully will be a Christmas present. But yeah, about $100, a little less than $100, probably like 85, considering, but that's not even considering the time. So, you know, just wanted to let you know where I was at, where I finished with the price. So anyways, just to kind of give you some information on that. And I thought it would be interesting. And if you're looking to do kind of an easier quilt, I like to kind of do an easy quilt that doesn't make me stop at each step and cut. It's just nice to put things together and go quick. But yeah, so anyways, so that's where I'm at, and I hope you all have a good day. Thanks.